Glad you're excited, pal.
I'm chill, mate. I'm having a great time. I've got my feet up. I've got a can of drink.
You could have green screened your chair out.
How many green screen filters do you want me to have?
Just green screen everything. I'm completely green screened out.
I could green screen my chair out, but it'd take me a while. I've already green screened my lamp out. That you taught me a trick. You taught me a trick. Look at that. I green screened my t-shirt out.
You did that. Yeah,
green
but that.
My microphone out.
No, you haven't.
Green screen.
Still a dirty sock.
All the negative feelings out of this podcast. How are you, Dan?
I'm alright, mate. Sound.
Yeah.
I'm actually in the studio for once rather than on a phone.
For once. We have had a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yes. They're dropping like flies.
I had a camera break again today, so we are going to be starting a large fund me to buy a camera because we don't know how to manage finances. So Mikey's mic sounds echoey. 1 second. Just turn down a little bit. Check. Is that any better? Check.
Checkity check.
Is that any better, Scrivo? I'm hoping I'm using Restream to capture chat, so I'm hoping it keeps up this week because that's just one more thing I don't want to break.
Yeah.
Is that better? Yes, that's better. Hope everyone's well. So, is there any other sound issues or anything like that?
Not that I can see from this end.
Can we see everything? Mr. Travis Reeves on YouTube, how you doing, man? Love your content. It's great. Travis Reeves edits everything on an iPad.
What a lad.
How bizarre is that? Don't need to buy you an iPad.
It's easy, yeah.
It's probably more expensive than
probably more expensive than the.
But yeah, yeah. So we got a fairly chill podcast today.
Yeah, we've been we've been busy, but not been busy at the same time. It's weird, isn't it? We've not been hobby busy, let's say.
Yeah, just a couple of things got in the way.
Gaming business, haven't we?
Yeah, a couple of things have got in the way. Obviously, we missed the podcast last week. I'll probably delve into that a little bit and explain what happened there. But yeah, fairly chilled out. We did have an agenda, but that got kind of ripped out from us yesterday.
Yeah, unforeseen circumstances.
Something else happened, which again I will go into as well. But we're going to be fairly chill. We have got a food review.
We have
upgraded the food review to be even better than the normal food review.
I'm not looking forward to this food review though.
Are you not?
I'm not sure it's quite as bad as the cheese curry, but
no. So it should be interesting.
Sorry, the curried cheese, not the cheese curry, because cheese curry sounds
curry
nice.
Sauce cheese.
Yeah,
that's alright.
I actually saw some of that earlier as well.
Yeah, I was stuck in a weird limbo. You're in a weird limbo. What do you mean you're in a weird limbo, Dan? On Twitch. So we are live on Twitch, we're all live on Facebook, and we're live on YouTube.
And live in
all
real life.
At the same time.
We are alive.
I'm going to double check Facebook because it plays up sometimes when we're streaming there. But we'll see how we get on. We'll see.
Don't know if you can see the spooky boys.
I don't get technology. No, Dan's a bit behind on technology. Other Dan, not you. Dan.
Oh, that one.
He's a bit behind. He's about 10 years behind on technology, I think. So, hope everyone's well. How is everyone?
I might have accidentally given everyone a sneak preview.
Of what?
Stuff.
Oh, of the food review?
No. of what's on the table.
All right, okay. We can do that if you want.
It's alright, I've just done it.
Yeah. What did you do? What did you do with it?
There was some ghost moving across screen.
I didn't see him. Is that because of the ghosts?
Yeah. Because the spooky and the green screen dart. Spooky boys walking everywhere.
Alright, shall I make a start?
Let's make a start. Let's do that podcasting.
Let's do that podcasting. So we're going to start recording the podcast and then make a start. It's number 16, did you know, Dan?
Are you sure it's not like 14 or 15 or...
I can never remember. I'm going to roll with it.
Roll with it.
Welcome everyone to the Hellstorm Wargaming podcast number 16. Number 16, Dan. That's like
I think it is
4
actually
times
15.
4. It's 15 because
4 times 4 is 15.
It's 16. I copied you then. It's podcast number 16. Because I know that because I forgot to. I said it was number 15, and then I forgot to update the art, so I put out our 15th podcast, but the art said number 14. That's how professional this is. That's how great a podcast this is.
We don't know what number it is.
it's so chill today. Right? We're just gonna have a chilled podcast because we've had a busy time, haven't we, Dan?
We've had a busy time.
Dan's in the studio.
Stuff,
Say hi, Dan.
yeah, I'm actually here today. Hello, everyone.
Dan is my co-host for the evening, my regular co-host.
I'm not in the not in my house this time.
No, we can actually hear what you're saying, and there's no crackling, and there's no like bits rattling in the background.
Yeah, we were trying to find some stone bolters last time.
Yeah, I remember.
I still didn't find any. So if anyone's got any what are they called? Cataphractic stone bolters and arms they want to send me.
Yeah, there you go. It's just we're just begging now.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be doing it.
You know,
I'm in a very chilled, salty mood.
You've got to ask.
Not salty. I mean, it's just.
If you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm asking for stone bolters.
This is very true.
Cataphractic Terminator.
Is. Yeah. So this is a chilled podcast. It's Chilled Wednesday. Wednesdays. What did it say? I can't remember what we called it. We called it like Finish Wednesdays. I'm gonna have a look what we were gonna call it.
No, it were originally Whip Wednesdays, weren't it?
Yeah, but then we didn't like Whip Wednesdays.
We didn't like Whip Wednesdays. It were Well Painted Wednesdays.
Yeah, Well Painted Wednesday. WPW. So we got a fairly chilled podcast today. But if you're not listening live, then did you know we record this live? Dan, did you know we record this live?
No.
We record this live every 2 weeks on a Wednesday, unless personal issues get in the way, which we'll go into in a bit. Unless stuff gets in the way. So we do try and record a podcast every 2 weeks on a Wednesday evening from about 7. Well, between 6:30 and 7 we start, depending what's happening. We did start at 7:30 today.
We could have probably started a bit earlier today because we didn't have a lot to do, did we?
We kind of like...
we thought we'd give yourself a bit of a buffer.
Yeah, we just needed to sort some stuff. Yeah. So we do record that every Wednesday. Every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. Live on Facebook, on Twitch, and YouTube. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, you could be watching it as a video. You could be listening to it as a podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud. Or you could be watching it back on Twitch as well. You could be watching it back on the VODs on Twitch. Yeah, exactly. So if you'd like to support the podcast, then you can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitch. You can subscribe on Twitch. You can join on YouTube. And you can subscribe to Hellstorm Wargaming.co.uk for only $3.99 a month, where you can get loads more battle reports. And even though we've got all of those income streams, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a GoFundMe for a camera that broke, because why pay for it yourself? TJ Ray says 9 p.m. finish sharp tonight.
Oh yeah, because everyone wants to watch Love Island.
We've got to like set up like lots of keywords to know when we have a mid-roll break on YouTube. If we set lots of keywords, we get lots of good adverts. So if I start saying stuff like Love Island and mortgage, and like, hey Dan, do you want to mortgage? No. Just you have to say yes, because then what YouTube will do, it'll pick up on the words that we're saying, and it'll have targeted ads. Right. So if we say and mortgage adverts and new car adverts, like, actually pay the best. Mortgage, Britain's Got Talent. Yes. Yes. Love Island. Yes, I like Love Island. £10,000. Buying houses. I want to buy a house. You want to buy a house? I want to buy a house. So anyway, if you can support us on there, or you can just share it with your friends. That's like the best way to share it. Yeah. So, and just slap some about on Facebook and that. Yeah. We're there. Yeah. Just tell everybody. Yeah. That's the thing. But if you do subscribe, you do get the extra Facebook group as well, which you do get the Facebook Premium Community group. Yeah, which is awesome. Where we do chat to the guys, we show them behind the scenes. We actually get content directly from them, which we'll be going through tonight, hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, which I probably need to get up actually, don't I? I think that's about it, Dan. Is that about it? I think that's about it for the intro. So I hope everyone's well. We could probably go through the group and see what people are missing. But we have the very important part of the show. Yeah. The most important part of the show, some would say. Though I'm not looking forward to this one, but yeah. You're not looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this one. Go on then. Play the jingle. Wait, we'll do the first question though. TJ Ray says, first question for the Q&A, what do you need from a bank to buy a house? What do you need from a bank to buy a house? A Help to Buy scheme. Money. That is the one thing you need. Monies. Plastic crack is not one of them. Mortgage. Monies. You need a mortgage. Mortgage, yes. New Jaguar. Love Island. Tesla car. So, let's do YouTube's favourite show. Love Island. It's time for the food It's alright, because no one could hear that, because I realised desktop audio was muted.
Try again.
It's time for the food review.
Oh yeah, we've got the cool one now, haven't
We got 3 new ones thanks to TJ Ray, who's in the chat.
we? Yeah, boy.
How you doing, TJ?
Yeah, boy.
Thank you very much. So we have an interesting one. That was an interesting snack this week that was donated by my lovely girlfriend. So thank you, lovely girlfriend. We have pulparindo, which is an interesting weird snack. It's a weird one.
It is weird because it's all in Spanish as well.
It is a Mexican snack.
Yep. I couldn't tell you what's in it. It's all in Spanish.
Real fruit. There's real
Apparently.
fruit in there. So pulparindo is a hot and salted tamarind pulp candy.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this.
No.
No.
And we need to talk about, before we actually go into that, we need to talk about the new proper segment of the podcast.
Ah, yeah. We've got a new ting.
Are you ready? Are you ready? It's the snack review tier list. Oh, got him! We have a tier list for the snack review while I move the chat over there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of tier lists coming about recently, haven't there?
Tier list is like my life, mate. I've literally only tuned in to watch you eat the Hershey, so Georgie's there in the chat. So we've got some pulparindo. So it's fruit, but it's hot and salted.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm
not as salty as you lot, so I don't really like that kind of stuff. I prefer to have like really sweet stuff or just spicy.
It's got 120 milligrams of sodium. I don't think Dan's a fan of the pulparindo. It looks cool. It's like got a little guy.
Yeah, the packet looks cool, but wait till you open it. Huh?
What fruit is that?
Date? It looks like a date.
A date?
Yeah.
Are we going on a date with me, Dan?
Nope.
Are you going to add in some of the old ones? I was thinking about doing that.
We're gonna have to go back through and listen to them all.
We're going to have to go back through and decide.
Well, Smack 'em All is gonna be like S class.
Okay.
This is like the tier system of Final Fantasy thingy. What's the one where you're at school?
So
it doesn't smell nice.
It smells like licorice.
But it doesn't.
It does.
It actually look. Have you ever bought like jerky from Sainsbury's?
Yeah, I like jerky from Sainsbury's.
So that's what it looks like. It's so.
TJ says, "Fingers crossed, there's some chundering from this." Thanks, man.
It's so wobbly and horrible.
So this is it. It's like a dog treat.
It does look like a dog treat.
It's like Dan, you want a treat?
It feels like dog treats as well. In fact, I think my
does.
dog's treats feel and smell better than this.
Well, the dog treats smell like beef. This does not smell like beef, so
Beef.
they sound grim.
They look
surprisingly delicious.
They look grim.
Tell me about your experience right now, Dan.
It does look like either dog, like dog treats. Oh, you can see all the grains of salt in it. That's good.
That's the hot and salted.
Yeah, it looks. It literally looks like jerky.
I'm gonna tear it really close to the camera so everyone can see. Oh,
It's actually not that bad.
all that build up. Oh, it's alright, that.
Oh no, wait. No.
Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Is it bad?
Yeah. Yeah.
He spat it out.
That is grim.
I think is that the first time we've had a spit out?
That's horrible.
We didn't spit out the cheese, did we? That was the worst one we've done so far. We didn't spit out the cheese, but we did not eat a lot.
That is actually horrible. When it first goes in, you're like, ooh, yeah, sound. I'll give that one a miss.
There's a definite change, isn't there?
Instant change. It's not good.
Terrible. I mean, it's not spit out.
I think I prefer the cheese to that.
I'm giving it a good go now.
Yeah, I mean, I did give it quite a good go. It's just not good at all. That is horrible.
It just doesn't stop.
No, it's like eating Elliot's tears.
Salty and spicy.
Salty and spicy tears.
It kind of tastes like a bit like raisin, but with like salt and spiciness.
It's not nice. That's what. There's no. It's not.
I think
it's not chunder-worthy, but that's not nice at all.
I mean, it's not terrible. I am tempted to keep eating it.
Yeah, you're only doing it because so Georgie won't shout at you.
She won't shout at me anyway. I don't think anyway.
He's grim. She can shout at me all she likes. I'm not eating
I'm not
any more.
enjoying it, but I'm eating it just.
Do you want to eat mine?
No.
Why not?
This is quite enough. It's like a sandy texture.
It's disgusting. It's literally like it's like eating a base from one of your models.
It does say it does like have the texture of a sand and a base. So,
And looks like one.
you need a spit or swallow chart. No, it's just an F. It's just a big F. F in the chat.
F in the chat,
Terrible.
definitely F in the chat. I'm gonna put loads of Fs in the chat, in our chat,
Like
on Twitch.
it bites. It's like grain. It's like soft.
It's
when you feel
disgusting.
it, but when you bite it, it's like chewing sand.
Does banana still work?
Yeah, but it's not thin.
No.
It's peanut butter jelly time.
He
Oh,
says.
the sound does. You idiot.
He does. He's right there.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it actually on?
Yeah.
I can't see.
He's on the stream one.
Ugh.
Yeah. This is better. This is actually. So you bought a drink as well. I haven't got anything.
I'm lucky.
This is better than what I've just put in my mouth.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I'm trying to work out what's it. It's got ground chili.
Yeah, you taste. That's the
You
second
can
part
just-
of it.
You can just. It's just like chewing sand, but it's soft.
It goes in stages. It's weird.
That's bizarre. So, what do you think of the packaging?
The packaging. It looks like a Mawau.
A Mawam.
Yeah, like a Mexican Mawau.
Yeah. I imagine this is a Mexican Mawam. So like a little superhero on it. He's cool.
Yeah, like a. I don't know what it is.
He's a tamarind, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's what the fruit is. It's a tamarind.
Yeah.
Shall we look into
Maybe
a tamarind?
it looks like a date.
I'm gonna Google tamarind. So I don't know where it is. I'm loving this tune though.
Reminds me of GTA, San Andreas.
Yeah, it's a tamarind. That's the fruit.
That just looks like a
A
sausage.
tamarind is a leguminous tree in the family of Fabaceae, indigenous to tropical Africa. These are a lot of big words, by the way. The genus Tamarindus is a monotypic taxon.
That sounds like
having only a
an Ultramarines
single
character.
species. The tamarind tree produces pod-like fruit that contains an edible pulp used in cuisines around the world. Well, they need to stop. It's time to stop. It is not a good treat.
I'll eat some shallots. They look alright. Oh, people also search for shallots.
Shallots. Where are you looking?
Oh no, it was on the other screen before that. If you go back onto the actual, gone to all.
Shallot. Yeah, that's better.
Pad Thai's nice.
That's like an onion.
Yeah.
This is not a good. That's not a good snap. That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
so everyone can blame Georgie for that because that was
Yeah, we're
disgusting
gonna blame Georgie for that one. Thanks, Georgie.
for ruining the show.
So packaging wise, I mean, it's like it's been crushed. It's like it's been squashed.
Yeah, it's literally a dog treat in a packet.
It's literally a dog treat in a packet.
But you'd never feed it your dog.
Huh?
You'd never feed it your dog.
No.
You'd never
I
feed
like,
it your
I like
kids.
dogs too much to feed them this.
You'd
It wasn't great. It wasn't great. I'm gonna say that much.
It was
I know,
probably
I
the
ate
worst
way
thing
more
we've
than
ever.
that.
It's the worst thing I've ever eaten.
It's the worst thing you've ever eaten ever, like ever in your life.
Probably, yeah. I've ate scorpions and stuff like that, and that weren't as bad. Seriously,
Right. Well,
that were grim. The cheese, the curry cheese was actually better than that, and that's going
Was it?
something, yeah. And that's literally saying something.
I mean that is saying something. Tamarind is the spice. It's just made up. It's just made up of dried fruit and a lot of salt. Yeah, it was. Georgie was like here the other day, just eating this, and I'm just like, "What's that?" She was like, "Oh, it's really nice. Try it." And I was like, "No, I'll save it for the podcast."
Get rid.
I wish I tried it so I didn't have to do it in front of people. It was gross. It wasn't nice. I'm gonna give it a big fat F.
Yeah,
F
give
in
it
the
an
chat
F.
for Pulperino.
I wouldn't even give it an F. Just leave it where it is.
It's being an F. F in the chat for Pulperino.
F in the chat.
I'm gonna put an F in the chat. I like putting F in the chat.
Sorry, I put 5 in there. I put 5 in the chat. 5 F's in the chat, and then a banana.
Oh yeah, so you did. So, yeah, that was pretty terrible. Not gonna lie. I don't even know what to say about it. It didn't taste nice.
It didn't.
It
taste
doesn't
nice.
look nice.
No, it doesn't.
It's got a cool superhero. That's what I do.
Doesn't
like.
feel nice.
Snacks with superheroes on. Can't complain.
You can't if
But
it
it's
tastes
soft,
like that.
and then it's like eating salt.
Yeah.
Like just raw
It's
salt.
like eating a Warhammer
Like-
base. It's like eating a 32mm with sand on it.
Yeah, it's like getting a spoonful of salt or sand for your base, gluing it onto your base, and then like scraping it off with your teeth after it's dried.
With a bit of chili mixed in.
Charlie Tango, thank you very much for following. Welcome to the stream, bro.
Hello there.
I don't know what you're doing here. We're reviewing pulp candy fruit.
Which we'll never be doing again.
Yeah.
So,
So,
if there is anything anyone wants us to try,
yes.
send it in.
Yeah. So,
Send it in. Drop
so
us a message.
That's the food review. We do the food review every time before the podcast.
We're never doing that again, so I'm happy it's over
We're not
with.
going to do that one again. Not at all. Once we've done it, we've done it. We're not doing it again.
Can we put like a never again instead of an F?
I think we can. We'll have to just change it. Yeah. Can't find that.
Yeah, we should just never again it. Because F would be like, it's edible.
No, it's F after eating. I think that's what we have to describe it as.
Okay.
F after eating.
F
So-
in the chat.
Yeah, that was grim.
That was very grim. Oh look, 666. Boxcars.
So it looks like the Facebook isn't connected to here.
Okay.
So that's the end of the That's the end of the
For
food review.
Food review.
That's the end of the food review, you silly woman. So yeah,
She's probably caught wind of it and she's like, oh my god, that's disgusting.
it is actually
Do it
disgusting.
again. Yeah, that would be grim.
So let's go into Warhammer.
The
It's
Warhams.
time for Warhams.
The actual thing.
Yeah. Are you ready for the actual Warhams, Dan?
Yep.
Is everyone in the chat ready for actual Warhams?
Warhams.
Is everyone listening in the car ready for Warhams? Shout yeah. Just tell your neighbour yeah. So,
Not just Warhams.
but it's anything.
There's been other things.
It's literally anything.
Yep.
So what we did about an hour ago.
Yep.
We put a public post out, which is still public.
There is a reason for this. It's not just because we couldn't be bothered to find an agenda. There is a reason for this.
So we did have an agenda.
Yes.
Well, let's before we go.
Let's go into that.
Let's do stuff first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, why didn't we do a podcast last week, Dan?
So last week I was stupidly busy myself.
You were stupidly busy.
With adult things.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We did
grown
have-
up things,
Yeah.
not adult things.
We did have an agenda as well.
We did have an agenda.
We
Yeah.
were going to talk about Bobo because you and Toby went there.
Yep.
We were going to talk about Caledonian Mayhem.
Yep.
because
Which
me,
you
Tank,
guys
and
went.
Danny went there.
Yep.
But yeah, so what happened was
We
we have to do a bit of history, don't we? We have to do a history lesson.
History
Hellstorm
lesson, yeah.
history lesson. Horrible histories with Hellstorm.
We can probably still go into these things, but a bit later on, after the history lesson, if you wanted to talk about experiences.
Well, it was mostly public. So about a year ago, well over a year ago,
Yes.
me and you.
Me and you.
It's tea time, as TJ say.
Mhm.
Me and Dan were practicing for No Retreat. Where we were like, this was No Retreat 6, was it you went to?
Yeah,
That
no
was-
retreat.
You were practicing. So we were practicing for No Retreat 6.
Yep.
And one of the times we wanted to practice, we were going to go to Sanctuary Gaming Centre.
Yep.
Which is where we play outside of home. It was before we had the
Yep.
studio. By the way, the studio is a year old. Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
happy birthday, studio.
Woo! So about a year ago, well, it was last February. I don't keep saying, I don't know why. It was last February. It's February 1st.
Yeah, the actual thing was last
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
We were going to Sanctuary Gaming Centre to have a practice game.
Yep.
Go and see Dave and Rich who work there because they're awesome
Yep.
dudes and we love it there.
It's also where we run our events.
It's also where we run our events.
Mhm.
By the way, Hellstorm Doubles is the end of this month if you'd like to come.
Yep. Still some tickets
still
available.
tickets available. So there's like 3 tickets left, £35 each per team.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
So
not each.
Each
It's
team.
not 70 quid
So
for a team.
It's not too expensive. Lots of prizes. It should be a great time. Shaggy's in the chat, hey dude.
Hello.
Mohawk Miniatures, hey man. So yeah, last February, me and Dan were going to Sanctuary Gaming Centre, and we were waiting at some traffic lights
Mm-hmm.
in the car. I was driving with my little red Fiesta in Chesterfield. When another person decided to
Not stop.
Come up behind us
Yeah.
at around 50 miles an hour,
Yep.
and this person couldn't find their brakes,
Yep.
and they tried to find them in the boot of my car, which me and Dan were sat in,
Yep.
at around 50 miles an hour.
With
And
models in the boot.
With our models in the boot, and more importantly, us still in the car.
Yeah.
And so basically what I'm trying to say is me and Dan were in a quite horrific...
Well, it ripped your car off, so
Yeah.
it was big.
Yeah, so me and Dan were in a quite horrific road collision. Road traffic, an RTC as they call it.
RTC, yeah.
It's not an accident, it was a collision.
An RTT, Road Trader Tournament.
Road Trader
That's,
Tournament,
that's what we were in.
So this collision basically smashed up my car.
Yep.
Pushed me into another car. Well, us into another car, which smashed up their car as well.
Yep.
That was only aesthetically damaged. It wasn't like complete damage, but
Yeah, I think we were actually lucky because we didn't go full on into the car in front.
yeah, we thankfully slid past it.
Slid past it, and also luckily she was also a nurse.
Yeah.
So we got lucky in that sense.
Got lucky, yeah. So my car got written off. The person who crashed into his car got written off.
Oh wait, something else happened, didn't it? That
Wait,
coach crashed into
just
us.
after.
Oh yeah.
So those two cars got written off. Then a coach trying to get past the car, which scraped all the car and destroyed the side of the car.
Yeah.
So had the car not been written off, I would have had to see them as well. But essentially, if you go back and watch, I think it's Thousand Suns versus Eldar. That was the first battle report we did after
Probably.
the accident, and we basically said we've not been doing battle reports for like a month because me and Dan have basically not been able to walk.
Yeah.
So, where the models in the boot. Okay, so let's get the important things out of the way. Dan's army was smashed. My Blood Ravens were smashed.
Yep.
I had them in the GW Ard case. I don't have one handy.
Yeah, I had mine in a KR case, which got absolutely written off.
Yeah, I can actually show pictures if people. I do have some pictures available.
Yeah, I think I've still got some as well.
Shall we go?
In fact,
I'll go for it in a minute because I still have the pictures. That
just
are
show me
screen-ready.
the meme one.
The meme one. I don't know where that one is now, but it was hilarious.
I'll try and find
it. Yeah. So the GWR case was completely smashed. The models in there were like damaged. My car was written off. The other person's car was written off. Dan was slightly injured. I was completely injured to a point where I had a month off work.
Yeah. I flew to. Where did I go? Berlin then.
You went
the next day. So I had no choice but to get on a plane.
Yeah. So essentially that happened.
Yeah.
And obviously, well, Dan's okay. I've got back problems for life now, which is why I have a super nice chair. And I spend most of the time filming, sat down.
I wouldn't say I'm
events I sit
okay.
down.
I'm just not as bad as you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
So
I found
obviously,
it.
when you have an accident, you sue the other person. Well, not an accident, a collision, because this other person was at fault. Long story short, I had to go to court last Wednesday because of the fact that they wouldn't pay up. So that's why we didn't stream, because I was in court all day, and when I got home, I was super shattered. So that's why that didn't happen. So I wanted to give full disclosure of why there wasn't a podcast, because I thought it was really shitty of me to just cancel the podcast like an hour before it was due. But the fact is that I was supposed to be in court at 9 a.m. and then they ended up postponing it to 2, so I didn't actually get out till 5. So I was just shattered at that point. So mentally and physically. But yeah, I actually have pictures. For
no
people...
Mohawk miniatures. It can't survive a car crash.
No.
Fortunately.
No, actually can't survive a podcast. A car crash.
We probably can't survive a podcast either.
Probably can't, no. Let's just minimise everything.
Especially if it's eating salty, chili dog treats.
Right? So let's transition. I have some stream ready pictures because I did live stream it at the time. So my car is the red one, as you can see. If you're watching live, obviously if you're not watching live, but I'll try and describe the pictures. So there's a red Fiesta, which has a white Hyundai in the back of it, which has the smashed up boot.
Yep. No, it doesn't have a boot.
It doesn't have a boot anymore. There's also to the left of it. This is like in the middle of a 2-lane junction, and then to the left of it there's an Alfa Romeo, which my car was parked behind at the traffic lights. So we've been pushed back past this other car.
Yep.
And just made a mess.
Yeah,
is it like going through old memories?
We got pushed. It was about 30 yards down the street.
Yeah, in
the car into some crossroads. Yeah.
So that was the back of my car. Here's another funny one. That's a cool one. If you're watching on a stream, you can see we're basically looking at the back of my car with the other car in it, in the boot, and the orange.
Oh, my coat.
Orange coat is Dan's. Other pictures we have the one without the car in it, so you can see that's an absolute mess.
That survived Japan and survived a car crash. I'm gonna wear that's
that
like
coat,
Space Marine power armor.
It is, yeah. It's like got a slight hole in it now.
Yeah.
Only a small hole. So then we can see the cases. So you can see there's a KR like aluminium case. I think I sold you that case once upon a time.
Yeah.
Which is basically the bottom's off and the lid's fallen off. Then you can see the hard case, which is the front is
disappeared.
Missing.
Yeah.
The front is completely missing. And then another picture where you can see all like there's some tasty blood ravens in there. That was my no retreat list that I had to like half repaint. Like the front is completely smashed. And then we've got a picture of the car on the forecourt.
Because I was going to take the Raven Wing, weren't I, to no
you
retreat.
were thinking about taking Raven Wing.
And then you just
then you didn't have a Raven Wing.
Then I didn't have one.
There's the last I saw of my car getting towed away. And then you can see the hard case. This is after I got home. So the front is completely wrecked. And there's a hole in the bottom.
This is by no means a slander on GW, but it just doesn't.
GW hard case, best case out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that it looked like this. It did survive.
It did survive, technically speaking. Yeah.
It did save most of my models.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Your army was completely trashed.
Yeah, mine was. Yeah.
But my army had mostly survived. So I lost a Leviathan storm cannon. I lost a couple of
bases.
bases.
I think you chipped a few bases, didn't you? And a few models.
Paintwork.
Yeah.
So it mostly did all right. There was my rule book. I would get it, but if you ever see my rule book on my Space Marine Codex,
oh yeah, we're just tattered.
I don't know what. Just get 1 second.
It was tatters. It's in bits. It's funny.
Where's my Codex? Space Wolves.
Is it not? It's one of the bigger ones, isn't it? This is literally Mikey scrambling around trying to find a Codex.
I've got it.
Got him.
Ow.
Got him.
I'm gonna get comfy now. I was in a good position. So this is my rule book, and that's not because I mistreat it. That's because it was hit by a car. And this is my beloved Space Marine Codex, not because I mistreated it. It was hit by a car.
I love how your book survived more than my case did, though.
Yeah. So all in all, it was an absolute mess.
Yeah, but that happened a year and a bit ago. But this was what. Yeah.
So that's
how long it's taken to
February.
sort out.
That was the 1st of February that happened, 2018, and I was in court last week, so end of May.
Yeah.
482 days, if you wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's a little bit of personal stuff. So how many models got ruined? Can we do whip round? So it was, for me, it was my Tech Marine. All of them have been fixed now, by the way, repaired. Yeah. It was a Tech Marine, 3 Space Marine Scouts, my Dreadnought, my Redemptor Dreadnought, and my Leviathan were all damaged.
Yeah.
So.
Mine were basically all my Black Knights. It was the Space Marine converted Librarian, the Dark Shroud.
Yeah.
2 attack bikes and 2 land speeders. But again, they've all been fixed and sold on now. So it's.
So, I mean, it's because it's been so long, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, but.
So yeah. So that's why. That's why I didn't podcast on Wednesday, and that's why.
And to be fair,
if you've seen me at an event, I've got terrible books.
Yeah. And I had actual, again, real life things to do. Just recently acquired a house, but it's not built yet. It's not built yet, so it's Hellstorm Studio Part 2 probably.
So there's the good news.
Yeah.
Dan was buying a house.
So I wasn't there, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it's also why my tactical objectives are in a Magic the Gathering deck box.
Deck box, yeah.
Because the deck box is no more.
Have you seen them making a film of that?
What, Magic the Gathering? Mm-hmm. It's an animated series on Netflix. Yeah, it was wicked.
I'm in.
So there's a little bit of inside behind the scenes Hellstorm that no one.
Well, not many people knew. I think some people knew.
So we did talk about it when it happened.
Yeah, I think I've sent you the meme if you want to try and get that up, because it just happened.
I don't have WhatsApp open.
Ah.
You'll have to share it somehow. But yeah. Well, we'll go off it now anyway. So that happened. That's why I didn't podcast. But that's why. But our agenda was supposed to be that.
Yeah.
So this week our agenda was supposed to be talking about War in the Warp, which is an ITC event that we're supposed to be going to in 2 weeks.
It's basically like a no retreat reunion, isn't it?
It
All
is,
the
yes.
guys
It's run
from
by
there were
Greetings
going.
in the Warp, which is a like a group of basically hobby group,
hobby group, aren't
organisers.
they? Yeah. Really nice guys.
Run by Andrew Dickinson and Matt Marlowe and
Ryan Kemp.
Yeah, they're all really nice dudes. A lot of good players going, but a lot of cool players going as well. 1750, which we enjoy, and it's ITC. So
you probably see a lot of the Warp guys at the GW events. They go to those quite a bit, don't they? They go to everyone just about.
Yeah. So we were supposed to go into that. However, personal issues, also known as me offering my brother a lift to the airport and forgetting about it.
Yeah, because this was me, you, and Elliot was going, weren't we? But...
Yeah, so I'm really gutted. So I've had to dodge that event, sadly. So we've had to send our tickets.
Pull out of that.
So there's 3 tickets available for that event if you want to go. It should be really fun.
It will be really fun. The boards there are pretty much the same as ours. What we play on the battle mats, the terrain's the same as well. So
yeah. Really good event.
Because I think that's where we first met Toby, weren't it?
Mm-hmm.
Toby, our Toby.
Toby with an I.
Toby with an I. And we went down there for the 1 day event down there, didn't we? And I was really surprised at how good the boards were.
Yeah, we just randomly, because I knew, because it was...
It was Mark who invited us, weren't it, originally, I think?
Mark told us about it, and we knew Pardo from SM was there.
Yeah, it was the first time we met Pardo, weren't it?
You'd not met Pardo and Shaggy.
No, yeah.
So we went that was in the hire car. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we had the hire car. What the hell was it? It was a Mini, weren't it? Yeah.
Mini, yeah. So I had a hire car after the accident. I had a brand new Mini.
Yeah, because that was like a couple of 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 months after that, weren't it? When you had the hire car.
It was the end of February.
End of February, yeah.
So we did that.
Yeah.
So they're really good guys. It's down in Wellingborough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone wants a hotel, I've got one.
Normanton, I think, isn't it? Just near Normanton.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in a place called Wellingborough.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
like same area as Coventry, like that part of the country.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to go, there's tickets available, and I've got a hotel that you can.
And I'd recommend you going as well because it's a pretty cool place.
So that was the agenda.
Yes.
We're getting there. So we're only 40 minutes in, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was the agenda. So what we had to do was kind of like think of something else, and the idea was just to put out like a community question feedback. We're just gonna have a chill podcast because, basically because we were supposed to be having events, so we had them cancelled and stuff. And I'm talking about Cali Mayhem, which was like 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah,
it's kind of like old news. So big news is I'm painting an army. Some people in the previous community have seen. Do you want to show the
Which
chat?
one? Do you want
the other one?
I can't reach the other one. The other Spooky Boys.
The other Spooky Boys, yeah.
Take that out of my way.
That's going to make you into a Spooky Boy afterwards.
Ooh, it already has.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so, as you
Spooky Boys.
There's a big tray of models. It's a little bit green screened out.
Of course it's green, that's why I'm going to pick the white ones up.
Yeah. So I'm painting a Nighthaunt army because we are really trying to get into AOS. We've already done the small Nighthaunt battle report.
It's white screened out.
Yeah. We've already done a
we've done a couple, haven't we?
A battle report with Nighthaunt, but we're
trying to get
the army to, so that's like 2k.
Yeah, we're trying to get a little bit more what's the word? Confident, let's say, with rules and stuff like that. And...
So we're making less rule mistakes now, so we should be fun with that.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
But so what we did, we put a post out about an hour and a half ago now. We were basically asking for community questions. We're just going to have a ramble tonight and just chill out.
Yeah, do that, and then probably finish it off with what we've been doing in the hobby, I suppose.
Yeah, but if anyone's got any
questions now
in the chat, then do let us know. We'll try to get back to them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for the premium. Can you find the premium community poster I did about it?
Sure.
Thanks, man.
So, what have you actually been doing this last week?
What have I been doing this last week? How you paint black? That's the question, says Chris Rosin. I like you, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's because I didn't know how to paint black.
Yeah.
Or not very well, anyway. And I said that to him the other day. So, yeah, Chris has kindly said he will paint me Darth Vader, which he's currently doing on his stream.
Well, lad,
Chris Frozin. Yeah, give him a follow. He was doing that last night. It looked so cool.
Can you find the premium post that I did about asking questions?
Yeah, I've got the picture of it.
Is it in the premium community? This is a terrible, terrible podcast tonight, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry. No, sorry. It's because I'm on our actual page. There we go.
Right, there's been no questions asked.
There's been no questions on the thing. No.
Awkward. Right, so we'll do Instagram.
The
'cause there's loads on
Instagram
there.
ones, yeah.
Well, TJ is a premium member, so I'll answer this question first. So Dan,
Yeah.
question to the floor. First question, question number 1. Tell us your favourite 40k character, favourite character in the 40k lore and the reasons why.
In the 40 clay, in the
40 clay.
Clay lore.
40 clay, not 40.
40 clay.
40 granites. 40 clay.
40 clay. Mining clay on RuneScape for 40 days.
Mate, I've been smashing Minecraft recently. I'm absolutely loving it. Red Booty isn't allowed. Damn it!
Red Boot is not allowed. So 40k fluff. Let's think. He's obviously going to be somebody Eldar.
Just a side question: is Gabriel Angelos allowed?
No,
There you are.
he's not a real character.
Okay.
He's in a computer game.
I was asking TJ, not you.
Well, I'm saying no. He's not
Go on.
allowed.
So your favourite 40.
So he's going to be an Eldar player. But this is mainly from reading the fluff and what he's all about, and that's Eldred Ulthran, just because he's cool and his medals with everything.
Yeah.
The Great Deceiver, innit?
Right. So you're allowed to choose Eldred, but I'm not allowed to choose Gabriel Angelos.
Yeah, because mine's painted properly, and he is actually.
Angelos is painted properly.
Yeah, but he's not an actual character, is he? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not a 40k fluff. He's a made-up game man.
He's got 3 video games.
Yeah.
5 books.
Yeah.
5 books, Dan.
Yeah.
A comic book series.
But he's in the 30k lore.
No, but it's a 40k lore question.
But
And he's got multiple action figures as well as model.
and Eldred's still better than him.
Okay, so my favourite character. So that's a tough one. My favourite character outside of basically my Blood Ravens.
I quite like Ahriman as well, though. Ahriman's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got that cool. I mean, you're pretty cool when you've got staff that you name and then you name it after yourself.
Well, because I've just been reading the Drakari Codex. There's actually a little bit of a text in there from Ahriman about Drazar.
Yeah.
Talking about that he will someday actually use him as a puppet.
Dan said he's a made-up guy that's not allowed in the made-up 40k game.
Exactly, you're not allowed. Shall I read the part about Drazar what as Ahriman says?
Yeah, you've had 2 and I haven't even named one yet. I'm just trying to think.
Go on then.
Can I say Valdor? Because
He's a real guy.
But he's not. Is he
He's
technically
30k
40K?
though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's 30k. So you'd have to say Trajan.
Yeah, but Trajan's not the same dude. That's like
He
saying.
pretty much is. It's the same rules.
That's like, my probably second favourite character in the lore is Valdor.
Yeah.
Because I think he's absolutely boss. Like, as I've always said, we actually discussed this on the podcast once. What I think what 40k needs is Valdor and Rust come back together, and be like super bros, right? And get loads of buffs while they're fighting on the same battlefield within 12 inches each or something. Because at the minute they're both in the warp, both with one of the Emperor's spears, and they're just like battling and fighting off demons in the warp somewhere, you know. That's what they're doing, basically.
Is that what they're actually doing?
Yeah. So Russ is in the warp.
Yeah.
And then Valdor went off because he was shamed or something. But he took one of the spears, as well as Russ having the other spear, the 2 spears of the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine them fighting back to back, double dragon style, where basically you've got Russ just fighting. He's just super quick, and he's spearing everybody. And then you got Valdor, who's a bit slower, but he's just every time he the spear hits someone, it just thuds and it echoes for miles.
Is it a bit like when Leonidas slams his spear into the ground? He goes,
yeah, exactly. On 7 Deadly Sins, it's kind of like when Dragon Ball Z fighters fight each other, and when they're fighting each other really fast, but then they zoom out, and it's just it's like that, but with a spear.
Okay.
So is Valdor allowed? If
No.
not,
No, he's not.
If not, then F.
No, he's not. Actually, do you know what we were on about earlier? He's a new character, the Visarch.
The Visarch
is absolutely mental.
Yeah,
he's so cool as a character, but I don't think he's my favourite, but he's cool. I think definitely Eldred.
Yeah, my other favourite character is probably Khaldor Drago.
Yeah, Drago's a boss as well.
A bit of a fuckboy in that regard.
Yeah,
because I think the idea of Drago just being just coming out of the warp when all the demons are there and just absolutely slaying them for days. And also that sketch by who was it by now? They did that sketch where he's like he's in the warp and then he's after his warp dust because he's like snorting it like cocaine.
No.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh,
Is it a text to speech one? Or?
No, it's not text to speech. It was by they used to do animations. They did another one when Matt Ward was still working for GW,
right?
And they were like, there was like a managers meeting. It's all like it's all animation, but it's like properly voice acted and stuff. And so there's a managers meeting, like saying, "We've got this new model and we really need to sell it. What can we do?" And they're all like saying some stuff, and then he's like, "Oh my god, we could." And then one guy goes like, "Right, broken rules," and it's like, "Bring out the ward," and then they just go down into the basement and are like whipping Matt Ward, and he's like, "It's so overpowered," and he's just like, "Right, make it stronger, make it less points." I can't remember who it was.
That's pretty much when they wrote the Eldar Codex, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Chris is in there with Imhotep, but I think Trajan as well. If I had to if I had to choose a Xenos one, not like an Imperial one, Trajan's probably my favorite. Not Trajan, Trollzin. Trazin the Infinite.
Yeah,
he's an.
I quite like
legend.
the Necron characters. They're quite cool.
Yeah, it's nice that they gave him some personality.
Yeah, it's shame the rest of the army's rubbish.
Yeah, it's just like it's also weird because they went so far with it one way and then went back on themselves.
Yeah.
But that was Matt Ward, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of cool 40k characters like Lady Mars, the Drakari Archon.
Yeah.
Who's now technically more powerful than Vect. You know, Lilith.
Hobo J just said, "Who would he have to beat to win the badge?"
Boulder badge. Everybody.
Do you get it?
No.
Well, you know, like in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Did they collect
Oh,
badges?
Brock. Yeah.
That's racist.
Is that Jay being racist?
That's Jay being racist.
Don't go and watch Hobo Jay's stream because he's a racist.
He's a racist, clearly.
That's a joke.
Cool. Okay, so we've done one from the chat. So let's do one from Instagram, and then we'll like do an alternate, I guess.
Yeah. I think there's loads of characters you can choose for that.
Yeah. So we've had lots of questions, and you can see that. But there we go. So lots of them from Crosbyzation.
Yeah.
So Dan, I'll let you answer this one, and I'll answer the next one. What does the fox say?
I can't even remember.
I
know what that song is, but I forgot what it is.
It was beep, ba, 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 or some shit like that where they just make loads of noises.
Yeah, no idea.
So Dan, what does the fox say?
No idea.
No idea. What we'll do is, any questions on Instagram, we'll just share the responses.
Yeah.
Live on the podcast.
It definitely wasn't that though.
Yeah. So the next question is, who let the dogs out?
That would be who was it not?
I think it was who.
Was it the Baha men? Baha men are they called?
I think it was the Baha men.
Yeah.
It was who.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dogs out. Who really? Why did they do it? Is the real question.
Why did they let the dogs out?
Yeah.
No idea. They probably needed a wee.
I realise if I keep sharing all the answers, then no one will watch the podcast because what's the point?
Yeah. So I reckon you should stop doing that. Just ask the questions. Also, be here for days.
Also asked by Crosby is, at a movie, which armrest is yours? Left or right?
Left.
Same. Now, how many got another one? Why did you decide to limit fortifications in your events? That's an actual relevant question, also by Crosby.
I think because we were discussing it, weren't we, originally, and it's because obviously not everybody has terrain, and not everyone has access to I mean, they all have the access to the generic ones, but it's like we were saying about the Nurgle tree benefits that army so much better. You know, it just makes that army.
We have limited
stupid.
it to 5 power level now.
Yeah, which you can have the tree in, can't you now?
As well as the chaos.
But it just means you can't take like plasma obliterators and put Dark Reapers in them, which people were doing.
So Dan didn't like the gaming aspect. What I didn't like was the fact that, as much as I own a Sky Shield for competitive play, I didn't want people to. Well, it's awkward when people bring massive pieces of terrain. That get in the way of other pieces of terrain. Yeah. Because we set the boards with an intention. In mind.
They're quite dense, our boards as well, aren't they? And there's a lot of line of sight blocking terrain.
When we set a board, we think about the game, and they are set up in a way where it'll be fair from any side, but also it'll be different on every table. And we don't want people to just bring Sky Shield where we'll have to move that, and then it'll be unfair for other players. Yeah. So, and also it's just a bit of a like logistic nightmare having to go up to a table. Let's say like 5 people bring terrain pieces. That's 5 tables we've got to go and rearrange before every game.
Yeah, because
that's
they've
25
got to
tables in total after setting up 40 tables. Funny.
See that's the
that was the pulperino.
That's the pulperino food. Chris Rosny just said he actually he commented in the post because he couldn't find it on the story, or it wouldn't fit in the story.
Yeah, I've seen that, so we'll do that one last, Chris. Yeah. The boards look pretty cool too, so that just ruined the boards. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Hobo Jay also likes the tables as much as he is a racist. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we limited fortifications, but we have limited it to 5 power. Before it was no fortifications at all. We've been reasonable. We said less than 5 power level, which means you can bring the Noctilith Crown, which is the new Chaos terrain.
You can also bring the Gate as well. And not that you would. The Eldar Gate.
I think you can bring the Eldar Gate.
Yeah, I think that's only 5 power level.
And you can bring an Aegis defense line.
Yes, without the gun. With the gun, but not the. It's the Icarus autocannons, not the las cannon. Because I think that takes it over, doesn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, quad las.
So so you can bring small fortifications, stuff that we're not going to have to move the terrain for, and we won't be moving the terrain at all. Yeah. So
I mean, to be honest, stuff like the Aegis defense line, because you have to set it up anyway, you're probably not going to use it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's literally people complaining about not being able to bring the tree, which is fair enough. Yeah. I just really want to use my Vortex missile silencers.
I think as much as it benefits the Nurgle player, it also benefits their opponent as well, because it means they can move faster. It means you can actually play the game quicker.
Yeah.
Because they can move a lot quicker than,
Exactly. So next question from Crosby as well is, will you ever do an Age of Sigmar event?
It's definitely something we're looking at.
Yeah. So, official announcement, let's say. We are looking at booking an Age of Sigmar event.
Yeah.
We want to kind of build... Amy Chibi, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We want to build a bit of a AOS audience before we do run an event, but we are looking at running an event either the end of this year or early next year.
Yeah, so I haven't been to Bobo, which was 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of a setup, I mean, the setup and things they had there, the engine shed in Lincoln was amazing. All the boards and stuff like that. But it's kind of customary for you to bring your own terrain in AOS.
Which is something we need to consider.
Which is something we need to consider. So it's not... I think it's probably a bit easier to set up than 40k is, because there's less kind of FAQs and list banning, let's say, for instance. And because you bring your own terrain anyway, there's less for us to set up. So it's one of them where it might be a little bit easier for us to set up and organise compared to 40k one, because there is the rules pack's massive in 40k, as we all know.
Yeah.
The Age of Sigmar ones are pretty much everything standard on mission, and there's no like... so the Boba one had secondaries, but really you don't have to play with secondaries. It is just missions through the books, and that's it. And it's win, minor win, draw or loss, and that's it. There's no other kind of thing apart from kill points. So
and we set up the channel. The intention wasn't just to do 40k.
Yeah,
it's just 40k is just a huge and fun.
Yeah,
it's a game we all love. Whereas AOS is a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
so we'll treat it as such.
Yeah. It would say I've been doing more AOS recently, and I'd like to run one, but that's it's getting his name. I think we're maybe going. Well, I know I'm definitely going to one in Lincoln at the end of this month. You're thinking about going, aren't you? So
yeah,
we're going to try and put the peeps out there.
So
Silkies.
So we'll take a question from the chat. We got one from Amy Chibi. So thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Do you think Mork and Gork can beat the Chaos Gods 2v2, like Khorne and Nurgle versus Gork and Mork, who will win? Well, if it was Khorne and Nurgle versus Gork and Mork, because if you had like Tzeentch and Slaanesh, or like a mixture, then it might be very different. But can Khorne and Nurgle beat Gork and Mork?
I'm going to say no, because I think Gork and Mork are massive, aren't they? I mean, Gork and Mork would win. Sorry.
You think they'd win?
Because they're massive.
Well,
if we're going like back to the old times,
Jorian86 just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Exclamation point.
Hello.
Hype in the chat.
Yes.
Twitch chat.
They are. I mean, they're they're massive. Like the old spells used to be, they used to actually foot stomp you.
Yeah,
Your army.
Foot of Gork.
The foot of Gork, which you
Yeah.
should just kill your army in one go.
Yeah.
And the fists of Gork.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same.
I think they struggle. The fact that I'd say like more like power wise, I think Gork and Mork are there, physical and brute force, but Khorne is probably matched in brute force.
I've got a question for Amy Chibi actually. In what game 40k or Age of Sigmar?
Yeah,
because it makes a difference. Because I think,
let's say a mixture of both.
Well, I think in AOS, I think the Chaos Gods would win because they've got the new books and.
It's not in the game. It's the gods fighting. It's not the way the army's fighting. It's the gods.
Yeah,
it's a law question, Dan. I know we don't do law, but
who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about
Gork
and Mork. I just know that they're massive and they're giant orcs.
Yeah. So okay.
Who would win in a fight, Aragorn or Legolas?
This is a 40k podcast. Why did you choose to do a single faction event?
I think we kind of believe that it's then. I know some codex are stronger than others. We're not massive fans of soup ourselves because I think there's so much you can break within multiple faction,
crap.
but multiple codexes.
Yeah, it's just crap, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's down, it's more down to the art, the pilot then.
Yeah, because we're looking for a more laid back type of event.
Yeah,
like we play 1750. It's like it is ITC, fair enough, but the type of event we run is, I'd say
it's a hobby event.
It's more targeted
yeah.
to the newcomers of tournament play rather than the super. Well, it's kind of open to everybody, but like
I mean, some very good players went to our last.
So we started running
tournament.
single faction events because we wanted nice armies
that
matched basically. But what we found is the audience that we're actually hitting is like first time tournament players. And what that gives us is when people come to their first tournament, let's say, and let's say it is their first weekend tournament and it's ours, which we have experienced quite a lot actually, a lot more than I first thought.
Yeah.
When they if they do get to the top tables, they're not playing the typical soup lists
five times
that they see everywhere. They're not seeing the Knight Castellan and the Imperial Guard. Obviously, this is dated information now, but they weren't seeing the Ynnari soups. They weren't seeing like the Guard and anything else. The Caladius Grav tanks,
the 32 and everything else.
Yeah, because it's samey and it's also the type of list that when people think about going to events that they don't want to play. Yeah,
so I think, like you say, it was kind of a gateway to, a fun event, but quite competitive as well, because of the players that were there. I know Racist Hobo J, but that was his first event, and he won Hero of the Storm and really enjoyed it. I think he only won one game, but he said he absolutely loved it. It was his first ITC tournament, so I think it's a gateway for us to give to gateway event, to people into playing AOS, AOS,
40K,
ITC,
ITC, yeah. So we didn't want people coming to an event and going, I just had a shit time because I played 5 really good players with
the same list.
5 players, let's say, with the list of the month. We don't want that, and we don't want people just coming in and borrowing armies and having the mixture of so they can have the best list. So what we want to do is avoid people having to play the list that they don't want to play completely. If you play against an army, you don't want to play tough, right? If you play against a particular list, then that's just rubbish.
Yeah, I think it was.
Then I mean, there's not much else we can do rather than saying.
It's one of them. Actually, was on the Honest Wargamers one of his streams. I think it was on the Monday. Might be the Monday. They were basically about lists and armies, players and armies. Sorry. The question he put out there is like the flavour of the month army piloted by a terrible player better than an average army piloted by a very good player.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the kind of mixture we got. Like we've been single faction. You might play what's the worst faction at the moment in 40k really.
Grey Knights.
Probably Grey Knights. You could have Grey Knights piloted by the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And he could win the tournament.
Look at Toby, for example.
Yeah, Toby's obviously a very good player.
Not losing the game, but not scoring match points. But a No Retreat, which is a single faction event, going through and winning 5 games and coming second.
Yeah.
With arguably
the worst faction. Yeah.
But can I take more than one culture fail on free? So so we used to run it as single chapter tactics, culture, set, craft world.
We've got 2 now,
Obsession.
haven't we?
So now, because the ITC have updated how they do their best in faction, and the fact that we're doing best in faction, we've kind of lined it in with the ITC and how they build their lists for best in faction. So now you can build. It's 3 detachments.
Mm-hmm.
It's you choose a codex essentially, or you choose a keyword and you roll with it. You can't choose in keyword Imperium. You can't choose Imperial Eldari or Chaos, but you can choose any other faction keyword and just stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you stick to it, you can't use Heretic Astartes either.
Yeah, you have to be.
Oh, you can.
You can use Heretic Astartes,
Yeah.
because you can also mix in the demons with it as well.
Yeah, you can't mix, for example, Blood Angels and Raven Guard, but you can mix Raven Guard and Imperial Fist because in the same book.
Yeah, and we've said 2 sub-factions, haven't we? That can be within those codexes.
Anvil says, that's why I'm going to play a mono-faction list with an Acastus Knight, Coryphean, and 3 Gallants like an absolute legend.
There you go. That guy.
Yeah, so we just...
Switched on easy mode.
We just want to make... Basically, we want to be a bit
it's just
when you come
something
to a
different,
Hellstorm
innit?
event, we give you a certain experience that is not a typical tournament experience. So that's why we...
and I think from everyone, I mean, the guys in the chat will tell you, I think from everyone that come last time really enjoyed it, so
yeah,
we'll keep going.
We only ever had 1 complaint, which was at our first event.
Yeah.
And they said, I didn't know what the prizes were. And then the second event, we made sure everyone knew what the prizes were. In fact, I probably shouted about the prizes too much.
We'd probably give away a bit too many prizes as well. Like, we kept buying more prizes.
We're going to have to start a GoFundMe for more prizes.
For more prizes,
yeah. So, how many questions is too many questions? That was too many.
Yeah.
What editing software do you use? Adobe Premiere Pro.
Mm-hmm.
What is your stream setup? It's a camera.
Yep.
A broken camera that's in the bin.
This camera.
That camera. Dan.
Some mics. Laptop.
1 mic.
Laptop.
2 mic. 3 Mikey. Green screen. Green screen. Does Hellstorm have a Discord channel? Yes. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. When will Tank and his Wolves be on the channel? Is Tank and his Wolves being on the channel this weekend, or is that Tau and his Tank?
Tau, but it can...
It's Tank, if not Space Wolf Tank.
If he wants to bring Space Wolves, he can bring Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Something we'll talk about.
So very soon.
Mm.
Do you think we'll ever do an Apocalypse game? I think we're thinking about doing an Apocalypse game.
Yeah. The new rules,
box. So we're gonna buy the new box when it comes out. Obviously, GW will launch in.
Yeah. We need to find a studio big enough.
Yeah, so I have Reaver Titan, and I want to try the new Apocalypse game with the movement trays and see what it's like. If not, we'll be giving away a Reaver Titan.
Yeah.
Gonna give it away.
We are giving it away.
If Apocalypse is terrible, you're gonna get a terrible model for a terrible game. What is your favourite type of cake?
My favourite type of cake. I really like toffee cake, like toffee sponge cake.
I like the cake that has cake in it.
Actual cake.
I can do this all day. Is there any way you can resurrect Janus Draic so I can use him in Blackstone again? No.
I think he's actually dead.
Unprofessional Hobbyist says SNGT next year? Question mark. Would you all prefer to be playing or running the awesome stream again? So,
well, we can answer both that because you did the stream, I'd played.
Yeah. Are you going to go to SNGT next year?
I'd like to. It was really good last. We're more planning this time because it was kind of a month kind of dropped on us, weren't it? But yeah, playing was brilliant. If you're not, it's a weird one because if you're not very confident in speaking to people with language barriers, which I don't mind because I've worked with a lot of different
Obviously,
cultures and stuff like that.
You're in the UK, but in a different country.
You're in a different country. There's a lot of Spanish players. There were a couple of Swedish players. Yeah, you need to speak slowly. Yeah, and try to understand, or if not, just point and do stuff. If you're prepared to do that, just go anyway because it's amazing.
Yeah,
setup's amazing. The SN guys are amazing. Gibraltar's amazing.
Yeah, we do love those guys, don't we?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Streaming the event. I'd love to stream it again. Currently, we've not been contacted, but.
Yeah, I think I'd like to at least stream with or do something.
I'm overconfidently half expecting some contact soon. So if you're watching, Steve, or listening, Nathan, we're ready. We're available. Question in the chat: thoughts on contrast paints? Well,
yes.
I'll do a quick one first. Going back to LVO next year. Going back to never been. Tank is going though, and I'm going with him. I turned 26 on the day of the tournament.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I'll probably be running the studio by then as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to give Dan the keys at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, thoughts on contrast paints. I tried the contrast paints.
Yeah, you actually had a go with them, aren't you, at Fest?
I went to the Science of Paint. They did an article about it now, but I went to the Science of Paint. What do you call it when you go?
Seminar.
Seminar, thank you. So I went to the contrast paint seminar, and I actually really liked it. The guy, I think his name was Dave, the manager of Citadel Colour now, which is the new branch.
Yeah, it's they're branching
paint.
out, aren't they? Having
Yeah,
loads of kind of little sister companies and stuff.
Yeah. So you have Citadel Hobby, which is everything that's not models, which is like your dice, your paints, your tape measures, your cases, and then they have Citadel Colour, which is so they have Hobby, which is everything but paints and models. Now they have paints. So I tried to go with him firsthand, but again, when I went to this seminar and the guy got up at the start of the seminar, got a Space Marine head, slapped some paint on it, and then talked, and then he was just like, "Have a look at this," and it was honestly the best painted face I've ever seen.
Because it's a thick paint. It's like the is it the Hex
Hexwraith
Bulgarian, whatever it is. Yeah, it's like that in it, but it's as it dries, it's like it melts to the plastic, doesn't it? It kind of like sinks into the plastic.
It's like a wash.
Yeah.
So the best way I can describe it, it's like a thick ink wash.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is, right?
Chris Frozen has actually just put something in the Twitch chat if people want to look at the contrast paints and what they can be done with.
Yeah. Richard Gray has done some awesome stuff. Andy Ward does some awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean, because
I said, if you want to look at our Instagram,
you put some on there, aren't you?
Instagram works in Twitch.
I really want to do so the Bone Splitters factory in AOS, because they are literally naked orcs with loincloths, and that that's just spray the bone colour, because Billy likes naked orc boys.
Hashtag subscribe.
Hashtag subscribe. So yeah, that's one thing I like.
Through your Instagram questions now, matey. But yeah, they're super nice. As I said, I've tried it. I tried multiple colours on the single model. I think for a beginner painter, they are fantastic. Yeah. Right.
Well, it gets your armies out quicker, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it's designed for, is to get everything up to
painter
battle ready.
Who doesn't understand shading and highlighting is super nice, and it gives them, they can paint it on
Neil.
and they can get for a mid-level painter, what this will help you do is you'll be able to paint certain aspects of your elements of your army faster. Yeah. So you'll be able to paint trims or eagles or bone really quickly, or faces. People like you and me, that's what we're going to be using it for,
Because it kind of edge highlights itself, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it highlights. It doesn't essentially reverse highlight. So it actually leaves paint off an edge, which makes it look like it's highlighted, and then puts too much paint in the recess, which makes it look like it's shaded, because it's the way the pigment moves. For an advanced type painter, they'll be just use it as the day-to-day. I think the issue is there's a lot of hate online for the new contrast paints, because people are like, "Oh, well, this is just stupid." And it's kind of like the same arguments people have about airbrushes. The thing is contrast paints is just another tool in the arsenal. Yeah,
I'll be honest.
Anything.
I never had an airbrush until I got that one off Elliot, and that's all I do now is airbrush everything. Yeah, because it's just so much quicker, and the effects you can get with it.
Of course, you can, ABTV. I've seen your question. We'll get to it.
I can imagine that's the same thing. It's like, because they're not out yet, people will then find, when they are out, people will find different ways to do them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like when washes first came out.
Like you can mix things.
When foundations first came out, they're basically like really thick glazes, essentially. Yeah. That's all they are. But they're really good. Yeah. And I will be buying them.
Because they kind of tested it with the Nighthawk paints, didn't they? That is literally what it is. Probably a little bit thicker into it.
It's Nighthawk paint, but better. It's like a level 2 Nighthawk paint. Yeah.
It's got that XP.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It's got that beginner tutorial island XP.
Yeah, they're all like, look. They're obviously advertising it. Like, look, I painted this whole army in a week. If you need to paint an army in a week, they're great. But that's not really what they're going to be used for. They're going to be used in conjunction with other stuff.
Some of the stuff they've actually put up is actually amazing as well. What they've just done with those contrast paints.
Yeah, like they put an article today, like 2 armies painted in a week. They did a Seraphon army and a Death Guard army, right? Yeah. They don't look great. Not going to lie. They look good. They're not like, oh my god, I can't believe they're only painted with these contrast. These are the best models I've ever seen. Yeah. They look good. They look okay. but mainly they're just okay.
There's no technicalities
They've
to
not
them.
done
They're
anything
just
with it.
yeah,
But
they're
the
just
thing
there.
is, if you take that and then build on it,
yeah.
again,
It's
use
a
it
good
tool.
base layer, isn't it? That's what it's for.
Exactly.
It's for your base layers to work on.
It's going to save you time and it's going to make things easier.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm going to be using it for, I'm probably only going to be doing faces with it now because they look really good.
Yeah, faces are quite hard to do as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too bad with it, but I know a lot of people struggle with painting skin.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's what they found out the recipe by accident when they were messing about with different mediums. They accidentally made it, which is hilarious.
Which is how they do it, though.
But that's science, isn't it?
That's it. That's why they wear those white coats.
Yeah. There's a guy in Geek and Sundry painting today, and he made something similar by mixing PVA into his paint. I imagine so. But again, as I said, just use it. Don't hate it. Don't be like, oh my god, I can't believe I was just using contest. But just
I'm quite excited about it.
Yeah.
I'd like to do at least a unit of bone splitters with it, just to see what it looks like before I fully commit.
Yeah, like Mo just said, I've seen a few people using them as through the airbrush. They don't really work as intended through the airbrush, but know what they work as? Glazers. That's all they are. They're just
because the thickness will actually be thinned out, won't it? When you put your thinner in, and then obviously sticks to the thing as it goes out.
They're really technical glazers, and they're really nice. So they are quite expensive at £4.75 a pot retail. Yeah,
they're in between wash and normal pot size.
Yeah,
as well, aren't they?
But if you like it, you like it. At the end of the day,
I think that's the thing. You probably need if you're only going to. I think they're designed for like Space Marines and stuff like that in mind about one colour. Yeah, where you just buy a couple of pots of it and it'll do your army, and then that's it.
The thing is they don't work on big flat surfaces like tanks and rhinos and stuff like that.
They've got to have curvatures and stuff like that on them.
So airbrushing is going to be great for them. So they are bigger pots, says it's Squirrel.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Astartes 3-part animation? Have you seen those?
No.
Oh mate, they are absolutely. I'd go check them out. They're like. Someone's like basically made a mini movie for Space Marines and it's absolutely sick.
I'll check that out later, then.
Yeah. Geeks Wargaming.
Oh.
Bearing in mind that we filmed a collab and that's going to be coming out next week. I played against Rich from Geeks Wargaming and then a game me versus Robin will be going out on their channel as well. Why is Robin from Geeks such a twat?
I don't know.
Because he is. The Harrow Master says, would you try a narrative campaign starting off with Kill Team games running into an apocalypse supplement? And we actually once nearly started this, didn't we?
Yeah, I think the trailer's still up on YouTube.
Still public.
Yeah. So we have
that is coming soon.
Coming soon. It's over nearly 2 years old, but it's coming soon.
Betrayal will happen one day.
No, it's time.
It is time. That is always the issue.
Yeah, I'd love to. I genuinely would love to do it. I think. Because we talked about a Kill Team one anyway, didn't we? With the new rules, I think.
Yeah.
With a new Kill Team starter.
I've got like.
I've got ideas.
Drawn it all out. I've got a fantastic idea to do Kill Team games. Yeah. It's just current time is not going to let me do that.
It'll be when we get time to do it. It'll be fantastic. It's going to be worth the wait, I promise. Because it sounds sick and looks sick. But it's having the time to do it. The thing is with our team. There's only 3 of us, 4 of us, 4 of us we had based in Sheffield. The rest of them are all over the country. So
and the thing is, it's editing time as well. Isn't it?
And filming time and stuff.
So
and we all have real lives.
We're going to launch a membership where you get your name on the wall and a picture of a T-shirt
twice.
And it's just to pay me because I don't have money. So,
hello, Diagnosis.
You miss most of the bitchiness and just everything. So yeah, we have got another question. Would you do a narrative campaign with a community-driven story so people can play games and send results to you that can advance the story? Kind of like big yes. So I actually thought about doing this as well, to doing like a community-based worldwide campaign.
So we can do like.
But again, it is time.
Yeah, like a living kind of one where we put out missions.
Yeah.
And then people posting the results, and we put on a chart.
Like the statistics for it.
Kind of like what GW did with what was the last one they run? Not Vigilus. The one with. What was the last one they did? The last campaign day. Wasn't Vigilus? That's just books, isn't it? They where
with the Wolves versus the Gene Stealers.
No, it was the
It was campaign of Cronus.
yeah, that was it.
It weren't Cronus campaign.
But it was a campaign where Xenos might have won.
Scrivo.
There you go. So stuff like that would be quite cool, which we can then obviously.
Cronus is from Donal.
Yeah. that'd be awesome. Where we can then, like say, incorporate it into like a pie chart and what part of the country's who's won what kind of thing. That'd be sick.
Because I managed, once upon a time, I managed a kill team campain, didn't I?
Yeah, and rubbish.
Epic.
It was good apart from
people complaining because they didn't want to play games.
Yeah, well, they didn't want to play games. They didn't want to play against my Tau gun line. I could only lose with one mission, and that was the one we have to get off the edge of the board.
Yeah, that was great. It was fun that though, wasn't it?
It was all right. Yeah, it was that one because I had the territory where I had the 3 turrets as well as defensive turrets.
So basically, I set this. I do still have all the files for this, so I could make this into like a channel campaign. But essentially, what I did is I made a map similar to like Dawn of War. If anyone's played Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, it's basically similar to that. There was a map, and the idea was to claim so much territory.
Yeah.
The more territory you claim, the better you got. But certain places, if you held them, gave you bonuses in the game. The problem was there were too many players compared to the bonuses.
Yeah.
So some of the bonuses were rubbish, which is fair enough, but some of the bonuses were really
good.
good.
There were ones like you got a free reroll for something, weren't it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it was like the armory where if you stood still, you reroll once to hit. Like
but I had the sentry guns. So I got 2 sentry guns that...
they were terrible guns, weren't they?
They were like strength 3, no AP, but
battle cannon.
But did lots and lots of damage.
An assault cannon that was strength 2 or something. We got 12 shots.
Yeah, just had loads of dice. But I was playing Tau anyway, so I just stood in a ruin shooting you.
Yeah.
That was back in 7th as well. So.
And then we ended it with a tournament, didn't we?
Yeah, which I went at because I went on holiday.
Yeah.
I'd love to do something like that, something like a living campaign where we could, get results from around the country or even around the world if people were interested. And who controls what part of the world? That'd be absolutely amazing.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
So Chris says, Tale of Two Gamers. You get to start, collect, and create a story for any army, any game system. What army? What's the background? So we'd love to do that. Again, that was kind of the idea behind Korak's Betrayal. Which is
we were
going
to start collecting, weren't it?
Yeah.
Originally, we were going
to
start collecting and
with a character.
Expand. Yeah.
But that is the thing is like
we've covered most armies now. That's the problem.
It does sound like a little bit of a bitch, but I don't mean it to sound like a bitch. But the thing is I work a full-time job, and then I come home and I'm editing or filming.
Yeah.
So trying. I've been saying to the guys,
I think that's literally the team, though. That's what we're all like, aren't we? We've all got full-time jobs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, not unfortunately, but for hobby-wise, yeah.
Yeah. So the chance to develop stuff for the channel is really difficult.
Yeah.
Because if I'm developing something like I was trying to do last night, and Dan's seen it, he said it's pretty epic.
Yeah, it's good.
The problem is I'm not editing more normal content. So like our main focus is, we've got like 2 plans in mind. Is to try and push the channel enough where it can support a wage. That is like goal number 1. Because realistically, as much as it is a bit of a dream, it might be a pipe dream, but I'm still pushing it. I'd love the channel to be able to support me, so then I can train the other guys to try and support them as well, so we can have multiple editors and produce more content. And realistically, if we can get, let's say, you and Elliot editing, or you, Elliot, and Toby, or whatever, if those guys can be editing, then I can be developing the editing and making it better. So I can focus rather than focus
or
on
you
editing.
give us little projects where we could go off and do it ourselves, and then right, here we go. There's the campaign for future months.
Exactly. So
I think the other problem is with it is, especially with 40k, is that the game itself develops so quickly now over the year.
It changes so much.
Yeah. So there's always an FAQ, or there's a new campaign book, or there's a new rule book, or there's a new book coming out. It's hard to try and keep up sometimes. Keeping the battle reports.
Do a GoFundMe for editing training.
Like it. I think it's also trying to keep up with Games Workshop, because they're just pumping stuff out all the time now, aren't they, as well? So
yeah. So the thing is like, whilst I'm the only editor, I said it's not a bitch, but it sounds like one, because I'm the only editor that I haven't got time to develop anything, so we're kind of just doing. It is not quite annoying. It does start to feel like we're just doing run of the mill, but we are trying to improve stuff. But it just takes time. Which is super limited. So our main priority is to try and push me in a way, and push the channel in a way where I can maybe potentially take this full time. That'd be like, that's the dream goal. So
Or we could just do what Scrivo says and do a GoFundMe training.
Yeah.
We'd need a computer. So if Scrivo, if you want to give us a computer, because you're good with tech, we'll have it.
We need a couple of computers. We need a rack of computers in here. Like,
I mean, it probably cost about what, 10 grand?
Yeah, 10 grand.
We could probably give you 4 levels of free stuff as well.
Yeah, like name on the wall if you want it, or some trading cards or whatever. You got some trading cards.
Trading cards, yeah. Objective markers that aren't built yet. Yeah. We can give you stuff.
Yeah. Hashtag exclamation point. Please fund us. There you go. So it is. We are trying to develop stuff. We have got goals in mind. You should see my notes. It's just terrible. It's like. You know that meme where it's that guy pointing to the wall with all the strings? Yeah. I'm like that, basically.
Yeah, but that's what you need to do. It's get your goals and try and achieve them when you can. So, that were a bit of life talk. That we don't do that.
There you go. There's life talk. So, if there's any other questions,
have we done out of the questions?
We can rush through some of Crosby's.
Right. Shall I scroll up in the chat and see what else we've got? There were a couple.
Yeah, you got any other questions you want to ask? Then let us know in the chat. I'm just going to see if there's any more on Facebook. Anything. Nobody wants Dan's underwear. One careful owner.
During 86, I have a question for Dan. Tell us more about your mortgage for the house. It's classified. It's annoying. It's done.
TJ says we should. I was just about to say, TJ, 9 minutes until Love Island, so shall we end the podcast?
Love Island, mortgage, yes.
Don't be catty. Just said
Meow.
Well, you've got to. If you don't like something, say something. And if you don't like it more, joke about it.
Yeah. So, is that it? Is that questions? Yeah. So what you've been doing then, Mike? Have you actually been doing any hobby?
Well, I airbrushed all that Nighthawk stuff last week and then ran out of Nicolac Oxide. That's why the other ones are grey.
Nice. Right.
Diagnosis says, I heard something about narrative reports. Those are cool, but I have to say I really like the competitive reports when you do them. Any chance you get those out more regularly? So yeah, we're gonna try and. So as you saw, we did last Monday on Premium. We did Best in Faction, our first Best in Faction report, which was Sisters versus Ultramarines. We are going to be filming lots more of those, and we're basically going to be running on the website a Premium
series.
Series, yeah. Thanks, Dan. This is why I need a co-host. I can't think of words. A premium series.
Or you just can't say them like you did with Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, which episode was it now? Anyway, on the Honest Wargamers AOS rundown for Bobo, Mike is on one of the podcasts. It is incredible.
Oh, Puskeeters.
Yeah. I was dying. I was like on the way back from Bobo listening to it, and I was dying.
Yeah. So we're going to be running the Best in Faction reports where basically, it was our two lists facing each other, but so the idea is one of us is going to be using our current tournament list, facing it against another competitive list.
Yeah.
Not always just Best in Faction, because that doesn't really train us.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be me and you.
It's going to be very squiff as well, isn't it? It's like, oh look, I just beat Dan's Best in Faction list, but I'm not going to be facing Dan's Best in Faction list. I'm going to be facing Eldar Flyers and Drakari or whatever.
We've all got the models between us all now to put on some stupid lists.
Yeah.
Look, Toby's here.
Travis Reed says, fancy a game sometime. Yeah, potentially, man. We should probably go for a beer first, and then I usually like, because we love to do like public participant of gaming, but we do limit it currently to people who have attended our events because so I know people, because the studio
is your house.
We're in my dining room, so it's where I sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I usually we meet a lot of people at events anyway, but usually we meet the people that we've already met before at these events.
Come meet us at an event and then we can do something.
Yeah, so we're at Heat. Toby's at Heat 1, the 40k grand tournament.
Dan 1 is actually at doubles this weekend.
Is it doubles at weekend? Yeah. We're at Heat 2.
We're at Heat 2.
Toby's at Heat 2 as well, actually.
I'm actually also at the Bristol City Open, which is the first weekend of July.
Yep. I'm pretty sure
ITC.
Mohawk Managers in the chat will tell you more about that. Yeah.
You sleep in your dining room? Yeah, I sleep in my dining room all the time.
We've also got a doubles event.
I do. Sometimes when I'm editing until about 3 in the morning.
It depends. If you're playing with Neil, we usually here till the following day. That's how long it takes to record.
Yeah. We do have another question from Stuart Hay. Hi, Stuart. Hey.
Hello. Hey, Stuart.
Hey, Stuart.
Hey there.
Funnily enough, Stuart is actually a top fan on Facebook, so shout out to that guy.
He's got a top fan badge.
He's got a top fan badge, yeah.
All hail the Stuart Hay.
How do you feel about the Phobos release, and what do you think is next for Primaris?
I really like them because I've in the works. But I really like I like the idea of them.
Mm-hmm.
How good they are on the game, I'm not 100% sure. Eliminators, yes, they're stupid for the points.
Mm-hmm.
The rules.
He says, "While rude, why rude?" Because we said, "Hey,
hey." The rules for the infiltrators are pretty cool, but I just think they're too expensive.
Mm-hmm. The infiltrators are the scouty boys.
Yeah, the 110 points for 5 models. Yeah. And then you can.
They're
only
equivalent
take 9.
of 10 scouts for points. So they're basically scouts with a better save.
I mean, they're basically they are scouts because they're 2 wounds.
Yeah,
it's 2 scout squads.
You're basically buying 10 scouts, but getting a better save.
And
you get the
weapons
the
are quite
12-inch
cool.
bubble.
Yeah, the scramblers and also your scout, but you're on a 2-up save.
Yeah, but if you've got scouts, then you've got
more units,
10 models to spread out, so you can essentially repeat to 12-inch bubble.
Yeah, I think as a themed army, they're cool.
Hey Grimdog, how you doing, man? Greetings from Manchester.
Hello.
How you doing, bro?
I really quite like the codex they've got for them, actually, the Vanguard stuff. There's some really nice little combos in there which you can give the Phobos captain.
Yeah.
So he can get a 3 damage sniper. Yeah. Which is quite cool.
So I'm a massive fan of the Primaris. What's going to be coming to the channel next week is I have 20 intercessors now, which are painted by Nick Lamborn, who's a massive supporter of the channel. He's also a commission painter.
One's got a chip back.
Yeah, make sure once he's back in the country anyway. So make sure you go check him out on Instagram. It's nlamborn. It's a really cool painting. He works for Siege Studios. And he's actually painting my Phobos at the minute. So they're going to be coming to the channel super soon. Yep. They're also going to be hitting the tournament super soon because Eliminators are a boss, as you said.
Yep. Mine are just ready. We'll be ready for the channel soon. Just a random colour, which is quite cool.
And also, the second part of the question was, what do you think's next for Primaris? So I think what's next is, what they did was with Primaris, they launched them, and then they've slowly made them more interesting. Yeah,
they've kind of gone, here's your core.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of special forces with the Phobos stuff.
We don't really know where we're going to go with it.
We don't. Yeah. So we're gonna introduce the Eliminator, the Executioner tank,
Repulsor Executioner.
Yeah. They'll probably then put out some kind of fast attack stuff now, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah. Something that's a transport, but also isn't a gunboat like the repulsors are.
Yeah.
I reckon like a 5-man land speeder or something like that, like a buggy.
Yeah.
So a hover buggy.
So, I listened to the podcast about Primaris from Jez Goodwin, who's obviously the main GW designer. He said that they're splitting the Primaris into 3 subsections. You're going to have Tacticus,
which is your
actual
Primaris
stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to have Phobos, which is like your sneaky, fast stuff.
Your Vanguard.
And then you're going to have Gravis.
Which are all your heavy dudes.
We've already seen Gravis.
Yeah.
I think they're going to release more Gravis, some more heavy-hitting firepower, because you've got Tacticus, you've got Hellblasters and Intercessors.
And then you've just got the Suppressors, which are on their own somewhere.
Suppressors are probably, I'd say, Tacticus judging by the armour.
Yeah, it's the normal. It is the Mark 9?
Mark 10.
Mark 10,
X.
Mark X, yeah.
It's like Windows went from Mark 8 to Mark 10.
The Mark X Primaris armour, yeah. And then they've just got jumpy feet.
Just want to say, thanks for listening, TJ Ray. See you later, mate.
Adios.
Love Island starts in 2 minutes. He's not said bye, but I'm preemptively saying but I can see Gravis coming out, some real heavy firepower, missile launchers, las cannon type deal, because they don't really have that.
Yes, because they've got the just the normal aggressors, aren't they, at the moment? So that's the Gravis. The Gravis is literate aggressors and the captain.
Yeah, so I think what they'll do is probably make the Insectors, the deep strike ones.
Yeah.
They're in Gravis armor.
They're in Gravis armor.
Physically, but they're not keyword wise. So I think they'll probably make those Gravis and make
because they've put the Reavers into the Phobos Vanguard as well, haven't they?
Neil says, just going to say that GW are at least 18 months ahead in their design to release times. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. They're not at least 18 months. They're planning like
2 years in advance, isn't it?
3 to 4 years in advance. Yeah. When we went to Warhammer Fest, Jez Bickham said he was planning 22 and 23 releases. So year 22, 23.
Yeah. I think they need help, Space Marines, anyway, because I think all the other factions are better. But I think they're always going to struggle from that first book syndrome of every wave. That is the problem.
Good at the first, but then there's a power creep, isn't there?
Yeah.
So.
Which going back to something what Chris Frozen keeps putting in the chat, the Rumour Engine recently won, which we were talking about in the car actually, with the Eldari ruins kind of thing.
Ruins.
It actually could be Eldari ruins building.
Could be a building.
Or as I've mentioned on Twitter, it could be the Tyrion and Teclis Tyrion, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it could be Plastic Aspect.
I've got a vibe. It's a Plastic Aspect, or at least a plastic Eldar character.
Yeah, or some
because the rocks match. The Death
Jester
also matches Eldrad.
The same ruins, runes. Sorry.
Yeah, and obviously Eldrad is the only named plastic Eldar character currently.
Yes.
So
he is. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Because the Phoenix Lords need redoing.
Yeah.
And they're probably the coolest characters in the Eldar Codexes, like fluff-wise and stuff like that. The Sermon and the Genzar books are really, really good.
Yeah. They're dated now, aren't they?
They are. They're very outdated.
Flat pack metal type deal.
Yeah, but I think they all are, to be fair. Well, or failcast.
Yeah. Well, the sculpt style. I mean, sorry. So it's like flat pack where they're like this.
Yeah.
Because that's easier to cast than someone like this. Same as like.
And they've all got really weird joints,
like
so
warlocks,
it's really hard to pin them.
Need redoing. Could be plastic warlock.
Could be plastic warlocks, yeah.
Because there isn't one of them, is there?
There's just the one on the bike, yeah. Yeah, they could do. It'd be interesting to see because it's. I'd probably go along with more. It's a scenic base because there doesn't seem to be anything attached to it. I know they white it out a lot of the stuff, but
they might have shopped it out. They might not even be stuck on.
Who knows? But it looks cool. I'm hoping that it's actually Tyrion or Teclis because they're my boys from fantasy days. But
some people seem to think it might be Tomb Kings.
Yeah, could be.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I think Tomb Kings are in the pipeline definitely.
Yeah.
And
all the sub money you'd be buying.
I can't imagine ever dropping factions.
Yeah, it's because they're Egyptians, right?
Yeah,
that's the issue.
Well, they're the fantasy Necrons.
Yeah, but like Necrons are Egyptians, but they're more unique. But you can't copyright an Egyptian.
Yeah,
you can't copyright a zombie mummy.
I'd like to see the Tomb Kings back. They're really, really cool. As well as most of the factions. I mean, my main faction is not even an army now, is it? They're high elves, so.
No, exactly. So if Tomb Kings do come out, we are going to stop doing 40k battle reports. It's just going to be a Tomb King channel.
It's just going to be Tomb King AOS channel.
My favourite fantasy army in the world.
Yeah.
So
I doubt that though.
Hey Jack Vincent. So any more questions, Dan? Is there any more questions from the chat? I'm just going to double check Facebook one last time.
Yeah.
But it's just been fairly chill this podcast. I've actually really enjoyed it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just been a nice chat, hasn't it? It's been good.
It's just been really chill, as much as it's anything else. So we are going to be starting to do, probably worth mentioning, obviously we do have Hellstorm Premium, we have the Premium Facebook community. We're going to do, what did we say? Well Painted Wednesdays.
Well Painted Wednesdays.
So what we're going to have a post in there every week on a Wednesday. It's going to be called Well Painted Wednesday. And we're going to be sharing the coolest model of the community every week onto Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So
maybe we could do a monthly giveaway for the coolest out of all of them as well. Have like a 4 throughout the week. Then the last
one of the month. Wins a prize.
The last the top. Let's say the top 3 from each week get put into another one, and then we can decide ourselves, or the public can decide which is the favourite one, and maybe we'll give something away.
Stuart missed the food review. Well, it was all right. You missed the tier list.
Yeah, you don't want to know what we've just been putting in his mouth.
Yeah,
it's grim.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Unless there's any other questions, I think that's about it, Dan.
Yeah.
Have you had a good evening? Have you enjoyed it? What are you going to do? Right. What's your plans for the next 2 weeks? And after
finish
shall we think
Star
about
Wars Legion off.
You're painting Star Wars Legion.
I'm painting Star Wars in. Chris Frozen in the chat has, if anyone's seen, he's painted my Darth Vader for me.
That's epic.
I've got to paint some AOS stuff for the tournament at the end of the month. I'm on holiday for a week in 2 weeks. I'm on holiday for a week. Going to Ibiza for a week. Then we were supposed to be Greetings of Warp, which we can't go to now. So I've got an extra weekend of painting, which has worked out all right. We've got our doubles event.
Doubles event at the end of the month.
And then the day after is an AOS event in Wargaming.
June.
Yeah, so that's it.
So don't forget, we've mentioned it already, but if you've tuned in live, that we do have our doubles event on the 29th of June at Sanctuary Gaming Centre. It's a one-day event, £35 a ticket for a team. If you want to attend, then do pop down. It should be a fun day.
We'll all be there.
Painting Nighthorn. I'm developing some cool stuff for the channel. Some stuff for the edit for the videos. We've got lots of videos in the pipeline that I need to edit.
Yeah, we've been busy doing stuff.
Yeah. This week I'm trying to finish off the Infinity Battle Report that I filmed months ago.
Yeah.
And then next week we're going to be releasing the Geeks Wargaming collaboration. Then the week after that, a cool one, we've got me, Alex, and my Hellstorm Lodge member Jack.
Actual lodger.
My housemate actually play a game of Munchkin, Warhammer 40k edition. So we actually filmed that. It was really fun, and hopefully you guys like it.
We should really film Relic as well, because Relic's really cool.
Yeah.
There's loads of things we can film. I mean, does anyone wants to film anything, just comment on the Facebook and stuff like that.
Danny's at doubles this weekend at GW, but he's also at Tonic in July one day with Toby and Tank at the Forge in Trafford Park.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that video. And then in terms of premium, we've got we're filming a premium game this weekend.
Yeah. We're filming two, aren't we, this weekend?
We're filming two games, but not both of them for premium. So it's going to be Drukhari versus Tau with the Tank. Tank is back. And then it's going to be using a very similar list against my best in faction list. So there'll be a best in faction battle report. Both ITC. One will be fairly chill. One will be really, really competitive.
And I'm trying some stupidly different stuff out for Drukhari with some obsessions I've never used before.
Exactly. So it should
be
fun.
fun.
While long stream is still on. We've only been on for just over an hour and a half. We are going to about end it now, though.
Yeah. It's been a quick one, but it's been nice to actually sit and chat. I mean, if everyone likes this, I like doing this, just sitting and gassing. We'll do more.
So if you got any suggestions for the podcast, then do let us know. Send us a PM or drop us a message or drop us a personal message if you're in the premium community and stuff like that. Or just post in there. Or let us know some other way. We did go through all the questions.
We did.
Crosby, all of your questions, including who let the dogs out. So thank you very much for listening, everyone. If you would like to,
Scribble says interviews. Interviews of what?
So we do have
each other.
The next podcast will potentially be an interview. Dun dun dun. With Zach Becker, the LGT organizer. That means we're a real podcast now, boys. So hopefully that'll be coming in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be organising that with him next week, and then recording that and then getting on there.
Elliot interviews.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just get one with John to talking about veganism.
Yeah, if John wants to come on, if he's not a bit too busy drawing.
John, do you want to come on and speak to us about eating grass?
But yeah, if you'd like to, if you've got any snack suggestions or you want to donate any, then do drop me a message and we'll sort that out.
As long as they don't taste like what Georgie's give us, I'm
yeah, exactly.
I'll try most things.
Yeah, so if you like to support the podcast, then you can listen to it live every 2 weeks on a Wednesday. Apologise for the gap, obviously it was explained. Then you can listen to it live every week around 7 PM on a Wednesday evening, every other week. You can share it with your friends. Most importantly, the most important supporting of anything that we do is to share it with your friends, because you may love it, but you got to make sure your friends love it.
We're here for you, the community.
Yeah, exactly. So, otherwise, you can follow us on Twitch. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can subscribe on Twitch. You can join on YouTube, but you can also check out Hellstorm Wargaming.co.uk for Hellstorm.
Yeah, I think all our social media links are on the Facebook page as well, maybe?
Yeah, they're on the Facebook page. Yeah. They're on Instagram.
I mean, like our personal ones, so mine, Toby's, Dan's, Tank's. Yeah. And I've got Twitter now as well, so I'm on there.
We're on Twitter, at Hellstorm Mikey, Hellstorm_Mikey.
And I'm at Deepkin Dan, all one word.
Deepkin Dan, there we go. But yeah, you can check out Hellstorm Premium, get more battle reports, and directly financially support the channel, which is the best way. #please subscribe.
And just to clarify, Hobo J is not actually racist.
We do love him, really.
We do love him. But he is slightly racist.
He's been quiet ever since you called him racist. So.
I didn't call him racist. You called him racist because he was being racist.
Yeah. Racist. So that's the end. So thank you very much for listening, everyone.
Slander.
We've been Hellstorm Wargaming. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. And hopefully you'll listen to the next one.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye. Right, let's stop that recording.
Oh wow, we can mess about now.
There we go. That's the end of the podcast. Thank you very much for listening,
Hello, everyone.
How was that? Did you enjoy it? Was
Balls deep,
it
kin.
was fairly chill.
I'm gonna be balls deep, kin in tank on the
Computer's
Sunday.
crashed a little bit. It's fairly chill, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's because we've. I mean, I haven't really seen you for 2 weeks.
No.
We've not really been doing much. Because you weren't here when we filmed last time.
Could have been funnier, says Scriver. A bit harsh.
John, we should do more things with Rob. That's what I think we should do.
Yeah, get Rob to get in touch with me.
Get Rob to sort some out with us.
TJ says yes, it felt pretty chill. Do these once a month, every month or so. Yeah, we'll do. We've done a couple like this, haven't we?
Yeah.
But
I
we'll
quite like the one where we were. I don't even know if that made the podcast. I think we were just messing about on the camera after, weren't we? With the superheroes.
Yeah,
that was genius.
I think that did make a podcast, if I remember rightly. You know what? No, I decided to do. I'm just going to spray this green.
Makes sense.
Great idea.
Good lucky super busy. Yeah, I know. We'll have to just go down to him and just join one of the podcasts. Kick Nikos and Tom out and do the 40k one.
Yeah.
Ladies' night.
We'll just have to organise things while he's live.
Yeah.
I thought you guys had forgot to turn it off there. No, we always. I don't know if many people watch. What we do is we come in. Mike stand covers the Hellstorm logo. Oh, rubbish. That's my lamp, you see. I don't actually need here anymore. But I've been covering it with the green screen like that, you see. So, what we do is we come on, we say hello, we do sound levels essentially, we do
pre-show and after showing it,
and then we start the podcast, and then we do a little bit of an outro just in case there's other stuff. What's the plan now? Bat Rep filming or just chilling? Oh mate, I'd love to film a Bat Rep right now, but I have to take Dan home because he doesn't drive.
No. I mean, we could film about it, but I'll not go to work. Yeah.
It is 9:15 now, so probably what will happen.
I've just been invited to a event as well. I think Dan's local to the Forge in Manchester. I think Dan's
Park.
local.
Yeah, that's the one. What date is that?
So this one is it's an Age of Sigmar tournament. It's on the 27th of July and the 28th of July. Two-day Age of Sigmar event.
Interesting. I could definitely get Nighthorn ready for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking. 32 players, 5 rounds over 2 days, 2,000 point list, lunch provided on both days, and then there's the rule pack.
Ticket price?
No ticket. Oh, hold on. Tickets available at the Forge store.
Neil says I should make you walk home, by the way. I think that's a good idea, to be fair.
It's only about 8 miles. It's probably more than that. £35. That's not bad for lunch included as well. Yeah.
You have to take your own terrain? What terrain did you take to Bobo?
I didn't. I was promised some by Scrivo and Rob, and then Scrivo forgot.
I've got loads of terrain to take.
So yeah, and then it was too late to come. We could take the Final Fantasy train. Scrivo will probably answer in the chat. I know it's kind of a thing for Age of Sigmar where people bring their own terrain, but is it at pretty much every event? This thing.
Bearing in mind, Dan, you can borrow some terrain.
Oh no, I can't. Yeah, but at this point, Scrivo had actually promised me some terrain and forgot, which is fair enough. They had a lot on, but luckily the guys at Imps Wargaming, I think GW actually donated a couple of boxes of terrain as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Painted terrain.
Sir Burn said would be good to see some more Bat Reps. Got out of the habit of watching you guys. I released 3 last week. Give me a break. I'm editing this week, but like with the podcast does actually get a little bit in the way of editing because this is a night of editing. That's the thing. That was my moan earlier. It's just so difficult to manage time. If anyone's got a good way of managing time, then let me know.
Right. I can't see anywhere where it says that you have to bring terrain.
In the rules pack.
I'm just reading the rules pack now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway.
They have their own terrain.
All right.
So you don't have to bring any. It says in the rules pack you don't have to bring any.
I guess it helps people running the event if it's bring your own terrain. Yeah, so it's actually quite common in AOS.
Yeah, it's usually
it's
two big pieces and 3 little pieces.
Yeah.
So there should be 10 pieces of terrain on the board. And yeah, terrain's less as effect because obviously a lot of army, in fact pretty much every army now that has a battle tome has terrain. So you've got that to add in as well.
Yeah.
So like my Ardeneth has got 2 ships, so that's 12 pieces of terrain on the board, and I don't know if you play them against a mirror match. That's 14 pieces of terrain on the board. It can get pretty dense.
Yeah.
And when you move in the amount of models, because there's a lot more models in
It does
AOS.
less, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's no shooting. Hardly any shooting.
There's hardly any shooting, and even if
what is crucial, terrain's crucial because of terrain.
This is it,
shooting
and you're not going to fit 60 skeleton warriors in a piece of terrain.
No, exactly.
So it's not going to matter anyway.
Go for Mikey to get a clock and give him some time. I know you guys have been going. I know, Seb. No, I really appreciate all the support. I'm glad you enjoy the stuff. I'm just sorry I can't get enough out. That's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I've been looking at when my house is finally built and stuff is trying to do streaming for board games and more the board game type, smaller games. So we've got a bit more variety on the channel. So a bit like Necromunda, maybe even Blood Bowl, stuff like that. If people are interested in it. Because I'm not going to have a massive space to put streaming equipment, unfortunately. Yeah. But I can have a table to set up and play small games.
We have got a big game plan, though.
We have got a big game plan, yes.
So once, in a couple of months' time, hopefully we'll have multiple editors, and that is like the biggest issue we've got.
If you guys go funders for more computers.
No, it's not GoFund. We're not bitching.
We're
We're not being catty at GoFundMe. Yeah. We're being catty at straight up asking for
joking
money
about
to pay something you should have prepared for. 2 hours deep into a podcast. If they want to listen, they can listen for all I care. It's a compliment. Exactly, Seba. I do really appreciate it, man.
Do we have our ITC points yet?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
See what I mean? I'm going to instantly lose because I went to the one ITC event.
Stop doing AOS. We
Play
bitches.
AOS is
Exactly.
best.
We bitchy. It's not bitchy. It's just bare call out.
AOS is best.
Yeah.
In it, John. In it, Scribble.
I do like AOS. I said I'm painting the Nighthorn, which I've really, really enjoyed.
The thing is, we've covered every army now, apart from Admech.
Admech and Necrons is the 2 armies we're missing.
But you've still got a bit of Necrons. That's the thing. Like
so,
we've got the Admech.
Here's a question, right? I'm going to paint the Nighthorn, right, Dan? And obviously you want me to paint Star Wars, but realistically I should paint another 40.
I said I'll paint you Star Wars for you.
Yeah. So should I paint Necrons or Custodes next?
I'm going to say Necrons because Dan has Custodes done.
He's only got like 1,000 points of Custodes.
What more do you need?
Something else. Like the other 1,000 points.
Well, by the time you get around to buying the Caladius and stuff like that, they're going to be about 400 points.
Well, I've got a Caladius.
You've got one. You need 3.
I don't need 3.
You need
running 3 is an asshole list. I've got 9 bikes.
Elliot does have Admech, yeah, but that's like asking Elliot to paint.
It'd probably take me like 3 weeks to finish the Custodes. To a point where you can use them.
It's up to you then, innit?
Big flyers, says Crosby.
The big flyers are mental. They're so good.
Yeah, the transport. They're bringing out an actual gunship next time.
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah.
So I've got Necrons, but I need to buy stuff with Custodes. I actually already own
I think
it. I should probably start painting the Custodes.
The Necrons are cool. I think the problem with the Necrons is it's going to be more of a studio army than a tournament-based army. Like same with the Custodes, I suppose.
But the Custodes, you can use them in tournaments as well because you can take the best bits.
Soup them in.
Yeah.
But with Necrons is until they get good. I know Chris Rosin in the chat's been doing all right with them, but
I've got a really good list in mind. It's like really, really.
It's just getting it done into it, but getting it bought and done.
Yeah. So I think. What do you guys think? Custodes or Necrons next for all you guys still around?
Yeah.
What channel to play next? Because that's the next one that's going to appear on the channel. So it's really up to you. So are you looking at my knees? Because I've rolled up my pajama bottoms. Quite cool. It's quite warm in here. So.
Just shut the door.
Yeah. I think that's it, Dan.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. But thank you very much for listening. We are going to actually go now. Mohawk says custards. Crosby says custards.
Dan's got them though.
Yeah, but that means I can use his as well. And then TJ says Necrons. Rubbish.
Customers.
Yeah. Oh, it's 3-2, 4-2.
It's because no one likes to play. No one likes Necrons. That's why.
Yeah, I reckon.
That's the point. Anyway. Just piss more people off by painting Necrons.
Right, we're gonna go. Matthew judging Facebook. Hi, dude. Says Custodes for me. Just paint 1,000. Yeah, exactly. So I can paint all the bikes. Dan can, and I've got a battalion. No, I ain't got a battalion. I've basically got bikes.
You've got 3 models.
I've nearly finished a battalion upstairs as well.
You've got what? 3 guardsmen and then a snapped banner.
No, 4 dudes and a snapped banner.
4 dudes and a snapped banner.
What is Love Island for someone from outside the UK? Love Island is a reality TV show.
It's a piece of...
basically Bachelor and Bachelorette, but it's kind of like...
No, it's not. It's literally just two groups of stupid people getting it on.
Yeah, have you ever watched Bachelor?
Yeah, that's even more retarded.
It's the same thing, but it's more about getting couples rather than one guy choosing one person.
Yeah.
It's lots of people choosing each other.
Yeah, just don't bother with it, Durin. It's no.
It's the Isle of
Although
Wight.
if we keep saying it, we'll get more hits, right?
No, it's not Love Island. We need to say mortgage, fast car,
fast car, and
buying a Tesla.
Right.
We'll get the end of credits advert. That'll be the big one.
That's pretty much thing.
It's like Big Brother with a Tesla, a Tesla car, and a mortgage, and a brand new house.
And yes,
TJ Ray says, "Whoa, stupid people, Dan." # unsubbed. Right, we're gonna go. That's it. That's the end, Dan. That's the end of you. It's the end of me. It's the end of you.
Hasta
Thank you
la
very much for
vista.
listening. Love you all, guys.
See ya.
Before you go, we are going to host someone on Twitch. So get in the Twitch chat.
Who's
now.
on? What day are we on? Wednesday.
Who's on? We're going to host someone. So
who's on? Should we have a look?
Who's
on?
Grabbing stuff's going to be nasty against everything. Yeah. I feel like we've got some eyes bearing down on us for some reason. Anyway, we've got a bit of peak, so I'll just drop that down a bit. So I'm going to disappear. Harry's going to have a chat. Yep. And we'll be back in 2. Yeah, we will, man. Sorry about the other night. But now I'm dancing with pistons. Stop.